Oh, by the way, just a quick thing. I wanted to record this in a video because I just recorded and uploaded 2 other videos, and I just want to say, like, right now, it's like 10:17, and 10:17 p.m. for me where I live, and I don't want to bother trying to do, like, time zone conversions, because I always record these. I typically record my videos late at night, and I want to be awake during the majority of the first few hours of my video being up, so that way I can respond to anything that happens. Like anything anyone says, I can be there and see it. But then also, since I record these late at night, so I use YouTube's scheduling feature, which thankfully isn't subscriber gated, and just I schedule these for random times, and so I do my best to space them out so that way they seem like at a regular space. But this one's, but like also if I put them too close together, then like it'll seem like I just don't care about one of them. People always watch the new video, never the one that came out just before the new video, you know? You could upload 2 videos and one of them could be like 3 seconds of a black screen and the other one could be like an hour-long masterpiece. And people will only click on the first video you uploaded if they realize that it's an hour long and not 1 minute long. Like if you upload like an hour long video and then upload immediately afterwards a 2 minute video, people's eyes will gloss over it and they'll see, oh, this one's 1 minute, this one's 2 minutes, this 2 minute one's a few minutes after this 1 minute one. I should watch the 2 minute one first. Unless there's someone like me who likes to watch videos in order. But yeah, anyways, like I was trying to say, I always try to schedule my videos so that way they don't get published too close together, and so that way I can see the response to the video for the first few hours before I go to sleep. And today's videos are especially late at night. Well, they're actually kind of early, but like I'm especially tired, so that's why I'm recording them now. Because you see, today I went to school. I leave for school at like 7:30. My parents wake me up at like 6:30 to 7. That way I can eat whatever they have for breakfast that morning, and then I can go take a shower. Then we leave at 7:20ish. Because my school, the first block starts at 8:05, but the doors lock at 7:50 for the car loop. So that way, since the car loop is on the lower section of the school's gym, it's a weird layout for a school, but it's in the lower section of the school's gym, big gymnasium with like a basketball court for basketball games, and no accommodations for any other sports, so they all have to be outside, including like several clearly inside sports, but no just basketball. Slick floors and all. And so, since the car loop drops off at the bottom of the gym, which now that I think about it, my elementary school also did that. But it was slightly higher than the gym because the gym went down and had a little closet. When you're going down to the gym to the left door, it would be like a little closet with like all the little stuff, like all the sports balls, and like there were these little squares on wheels that you could ride around on. They were really fun to mess around with. They would let us get those out sometimes. Some of them were like regular squares, but some of them were notch squares that would go together, and some of the kids would take them all and make these really long ones. But sometimes, since I'm a little bit large because I have an eating disorder and all that, when I was a kid, I would take 2 of them so that way I'd have a bigger platform to sit on and it would be comfortable. And it was really fun. I really loved those. They had like little handles on them. I don't even know what they were called. We just called them, I don't even know what we called them. I don't even know what they actually were, but they were really fun. But yeah, back to the main topic. You go in, school has to go up. The school has to, since the school locks the bottom lit gym doors at 7:30. Well, the school doesn't lock them, but like the custodian, not the custodian, but like the guard officer closes them once it's 7:50, and once the car loop has mostly thinned out, any other kids trying to go down there, I have to walk back up the stairs a little bit, back up the small staircase, and then all the way around to the office to go in there. And since about like 3 years ago now, I want to say, there was a shooting at the high school, unfortunately. They still have metal detectors and they still have a ban on backpacks. I I would say that it's a bit of a sensitive subject for me, but I didn't really know anyone that was there. It's sensitive for my sister because I believe she lost a good friend, but for me, I don't like. It's not that I don't care. It's just that I have no connection. Nothing was lost for me. I show my respect. I show my respect, but there's no reason so much to be applied to me for something that someone who wasn't allowed to go here. Like, the fact that it's a whole new group of people. Like, the fact that only a fourth of the people who were there that year are here now should hopefully allow us to do our own thing, be our own people, you know? I remember, it might have been even 4 years now. I remember, I was running late to school, so my parents dropped me off late, and my sister was still not at college at the time, and my parents had to go and rush to get her to the high school, but then, like, since they were running late because I was running late, when they got there, the school shooting had already started. It was that early in the morning. Like, just being about 3 minutes late, that they had already started. And so she just went home. She didn't get to go, but I feel like she's still full of grief that she wasn't there. She couldn't have helped anyone. She wanted to help people. But yeah, this is getting dark. I'm gonna get back to what happened today. So, today, since the tragic events that happened that day, we have had a ban on all backpacks and all book bags and all laptop cases, but the autistic kids are allowed to have a sort of foam-ish that's this sort of weird felt sort of fabric, like, pouch that is large enough to hold a laptop and, like, a thick textbook, but only one, not more than one. So it's only a replacement for a backpack if you don't have more than one textbook class, as I call them right now, and no other time in my life. And anyways, so I have to go. I have to get there by 7:30, and then I go up and I go to my English class. And I said this in the description of my previous video, so I'm not gonna repeat what happened there today again. And then I go to all my other classes, and the school ends at 2:50. I get down to my parents' car, and the car looped by 3. And then we normally would drive home. But today, we had to drive out to my therapist, which is like a 30-minute drive. And then we did like a 30-minute session with my new therapist and my old therapist that's trying to be doing like training to be another type of therapist. So that way I can go to 2 therapists. But she's not doing it for me, she's just doing it to do it. But because of the way the rules work, she's not allowed to be a normal therapist while she's doing the training, which is dumb because she has a lot of free time now. But anyway, so I go to that therapist meeting, it's like quite a while long, and then we get done, and it's like time to eat. It's like 15 minutes away from eating time. But then what my parents have us do is they decide we need to go home and pick up my sister so that way we can eat with her. and then my father says, "Yeah, we're gonna go pick up your sister, and we're gonna stop somewhere and eat, and then I'm going to go up there and drop her off at her college." He says I'm not we. So I'm like, "Oh, okay, you're gonna go do that, and I'm gonna relax." So then we go home, get to where we're gonna eat it. It's like a McDonald's. It's like 15 minutes after 5 at this point. We get there. We eat. Everyone else eats, actually. I eat some fries, and I open up my hamburger. It's what I get is normally just a normal hamburger, no cheese, no mayonnaise, no mustard. I don't like how tangy mustard is. And one time, I went to my parents went to a Crystal's when we were going to Disney World, and we ordered some sliders, and they accidentally put mayonnaise on mine, and I took a bite out of one, and I hated the taste. And then they corrected it, and the other sliders, what they gave me food poisoning, I think. And so my parents gave me a Slinky that was supposed to be like a birthday present because it was Christmas, and my birthday's near Christmas, and so they lumped them together, and I only get half the presents everyone else gets. And so they give me this metal Slinky that I've always wanted, and then my sister decides she won't. I let my sister play with it because she wants to play with it a little bit, and then she kinks it, and it breaks permanently, and it's stuck, and it's ruined, and she broke my toy, and she refuses to buy me a new one, and she refuses to take responsibility for it to this day. It's like I was sick. I was like, like feeling like extremely faint. I don't. Do you think? Does she really think that I could have bent metal when I was like gonna pass out? It's not even like she got it tangled. She just kinked it, and it ruined it because it wouldn't spring anymore. And then she got it tangled after she kinked it, of course, because of course she tried to fix it. Yeah, I eventually got another metal slinky, and it was quite fun. I had that one for like a few years before it started to kink. But then I found downstairs what my parents are gonna sell in the yard sale. It's a big, like 1 foot tall, like really big slinky. It's like a foot in diameter, a foot tall, and like it's really really big, and it's really fun to mess around with. Best part is that if it kinks, it's barely noticeable, and it hasn't kinked yet because the plastic's really really thick. But yeah, I don't like mayonnaise from that experience, but also the fact that it's just not good. And I don't like cheese because from a childhood age, I've been able to tell the fact that American cheese is so processed that the taste is indistinguishable from the plastic it comes wrapped in. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. American cheese. Like, if you ate some American cheese with the plastic on it, like if you ate some American cheese with the plastic on it, and you couldn't tell if you ate some American cheese that was wrapped in plastic, but the texture was like of the plastic was the same as the texture of the American cheese, you would not notice that you were eating plastic on your American cheese because they are the same thing. It's like it's like how cereal tastes different before it's been put into the boxes because the cardboard breaks down when it comes into contact with the cereal, and it adds extra fiber to the cereal so that way they don't have to put fiber in it. But yeah, I gotta get back to the main story. Yeah, we went to McDonald's, and then my father's all like, "All right, now we're not gonna get ice cream here because we're gonna get it on the way to your sister's college that I said I was going to go to on my own, but now we're all going to." And so we went up to her college all the way, and we stopped for ice cream on the way. Then we went there, and then we had to drive all the way back home, past the McDonald's, all the way back home. By the time we got home, it was like 7:30, and sometimes I go outside, but like 7:30 at this time of year is like pitch black. My parents won't even let me go outside at that time. I posted a video before about my mother getting really mad at me for just wanting to be outside when it was slightly dark. But yeah, and I was just tired. And I got into my room and I heard my parents kind of arguing a lot from the other room because my mother, my sister's really shy and doesn't like talking about things because a lot of times she gets overstimulated a lot. Like I get overstimulated a lot, but she gets overstimulated in her own different way because everyone's different. And that's just how the world the way the world works the way the world works. I feel like I said that weird the first time. Oh well. Anyways, so my sister's like we're kind of shy and she doesn't like talking to people, and she kind of tries to she like kind of closes in herself, and makes like a sort of annoyed whiny noise sometimes. Whenever she just wants people to go away because she finds it easier than talking, which is fair. But like my mother thinks that if my sister says that she doesn't want something, it's because she's too nervous to do it herself. But me and my father know that if she doesn't want something, it's probably just because my mother is assuming that she wants something that she doesn't, and she's too embarrassed to say no. Because like my mother wanted my my sister didn't get any ketchup packets with her food, but it's okay. She doesn't really care. But my mother said that one of us should go up there and ask for the ketchup packets so that way she can eat them because she asked for them in the first place. Then my sister thought, no, it's not a big deal. It's just ketchup packets. I would have preferred to have them, but honestly, I don't care. I'm still gonna eat the food. And my mother's all like, no, you don't get it. You want the ketchup packets. She tried to force. She always does that. My mother also does this thing where someone she'll say something that's like really dumb, and then she'll say something else that like whatever, and then I'll be talking about like what she did, and then she'll assume that whatever anyone's talking about always has to do with whatever she did the most recent. So like she'll do thing A, and then she'll do thing B. And then I'll talk to my father about how she did thing A, and she'll just go, I never did that. That's not what I did. I did thing B. But, like, no. No. Like, you said thing A. I said thing. You said thing A. I said thing B. You said thing C. It did not go, you said thing C. I said thing B. And then you never said anything again. No, you said A, B. You said thing A. And that's what started this whole thing. Take accountability. It's this has gone on longer. This has gone on way too long. I've gone on a lot of tangents. My head's starting to hurt. I think I might die of Lyme disease. Alright, my head hurts. I'm gonna take a quick nap. Yeah. No, I shouldn't nap. It's still already clear. I should just go to sleep. I should just stop the recording. Alright. Night, night, night. Why won't the recording stop? I'm hitting the button. Alright, I'm gonna say goodbye again, so that way it feels less awkward. Alright, and nighty night.